talk about Jesus here now. And my drum set's sideways right now. Hold on. I'm gonna use this one instead. So I was reading in my Holy Bible today, and I was trying to figure out something cool to say. It's like all the Christians always like do the little testimony thing and say something real cool. I couldn't think of anything. So, I was reading here, I marked some stuff, and, let me check here, I don't know what it is, what is it, we'll find out. Okay, this is just like, I decided you can't really tell someone about God and they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, he must be real, and they'll like go to church and be a Christian and stuff, so I was like, well, if that doesn't work, I guess I'll read out of the Bible and stuff, and maybe that'll work. So I found this thing in Psalms, which is like the best book ever, and it's a promise that God made to, I don't know, I think Daniel wrote it, or David wrote it, I don't really know, but it says, God said, because he loves me, I will rescue him, I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I thought that was nice. And like, it says him, but he's talking about like everyone. So it's like, well, let me find it real quick again. I lost it. Yeah, it's like, if you love him, he'll rescue you, he'll protect you, if you acknowledge him and stuff. So I decided, maybe, like, if you don't believe in God, the best thing to do is to, like, put your faith in him, you know, and then, like, be like, alright, God, I don't know if you're real, but, I think it'd be awesome if you were, and it'd be cool if I really believed that, because, duh, it would. No one's like, oh, it sucked to believe in God. No, it's cool, dude, trust me, it's cool. And, so if you don't believe in God, you should just, like, pray about it and stuff. Be like, God, if you're real, then show me how you're real, you know? And just follow what he says in the Bible, because it says that if you acknowledge his name, he will protect you. So even if you're not sure about him, just follow what he says to the best of your ability, and pray about it. Maybe you try fasting about it. That's what my friend did. My friend, we went to a show at the Gear, and do you know Blessed Is He? Okay, you know John John? Okay, well, John John's a singer, and we saw John John there, and he was talking to me, like, he was sitting in the middle. There were 3 seats, he was sitting in the middle, and I sat down on his right side, and my friend sat down on his left side, and he was talking to me about church. He's like, are you a believer? I was like, yeah. Well, I was telling him about church and stuff, and then he turned over to my friend, he's like, are you a believer? And he's like, I don't really know, and he's like, what do you mean you don't know? So we took him outside, and they talked for like 4 hours, not really, it's only like 1, but they talked for a real long time, and so I came back in, and my friend's like, yeah, I decided I'm not really sure if God's real, so I'm gonna make a commitment to him, and I'm gonna follow what he says. I'm gonna pray about it, so hopefully he'll reveal himself to me. And I was like, alright, that's cool. So the next day, we went to church at the Gear. It's called Current Church, 6 p.m. You should go. It's like 840 Monroe Street, Franklin. You should go. It's cool. It's awesome. I've been going the past month and a half. It's great. But me and him fasted that whole day, because he was like, John told us about fasting, and we're like, that's cool. So my friend was like, I'm going to fast for my faith, because maybe that's the best way for God to show me if he's real and stuff. And I was like, that's cool, I'll fast for it too. So we both fasted for his faith all day. And that night, we were at church, after they were singing and preaching and whatnot, Gene, the pastor, was like, so if anyone here wants to give their life to God, please stand up, or whatever, you know, how he does. And so my friend stands up, and everyone's like, oh yeah, and he's like, can we get some brothers to pray with this guy? And like 12 people like stood up and started praying with him. I thought it was awesome, and it was cool, because we all prayed with him, and he like fell down and junk. It was cool. And but he said what made him believe in God the most was the way John was like a total stranger, and he like told him he loved him and called him brother and stuff. And like he said, he was amazed by how a total stranger could show so much love for him, and he knew it wasn't just like randomly, because no one's that nice. And so he knew how to be God and stuff. So I mean, duh, and we're not really strangers. Actually, I don't know like anyone here. I know a couple people, but we're strangers kinda. But I mean, we're not like a band or anything. We're just some people who like to play music for God. So I mean, I love everybody here, and we all love everybody here. So if you
a chance. Like, if you would give, I'm not saying like, just calling anybody out, but if you've given like drugs or alcohol a chance or anything, why not give God a fair chance? Because it'll make you feel a lot more fulfilled, and it's just better for you. It doesn't kill you. It's just, I don't know. Just believe me, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna look at right here. You can hold that. Like, this is like my favorite verse ever. Not really, it's one of them though. Genesis 17:1, it says, when Abraham was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty. Walk before me and be blameless. I will confirm my covenant between me and you, and will greatly increase your numbers. So he's like, just walk before me. You don't have to worry about anything, and I'll confirm your covenant. Which is covenant? I'll read it to you. It's real short. It's in 15:1. I was right there, and I had to go all the way back. Let me find it now. Hold on now. Yeah, his covenant. He said, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, and he said, do not be afraid, Abram, I am your shield, your very great reward. And Abram was like, O sovereign Lord, what can you give me, since I remain childless, and the one who will inherit my estate is Eliezer of Damascus. That doesn't matter. And he was like, oh, I'll give you some kids, because I love you and stuff, and you did what I told you to. So it's like, walk before me and be blameless, and I'll give you some kids. And it's like a promise. It's a promise. And